you are going to build your confidence in yourself and your confidence in being able to manifest particular things that is going to propel you for much more bigger things. Hey guys, I hope everyone had a lovely Christmas with their family and is looking forward to the new year, setting some new goals, getting ready for 2023. I know obviously a lot of people are talking about like vision boards and putting stuff in their vision board and whatever they want to manifest for the new year, but as you've seen from the title, we're going to be talking about a new way to do a vision board. So you will not be needing one of these. If you want, still get one, but this is not mandatory, okay? So let's get straight into what we're doing for 2023. Cool. So, actually, let me get back. So, with the normal vision board, this is just like an old one that I had. That's why it has this random line down it. With the normal vision board, obviously, you decide on all the different areas of your life and you will take the different areas of your life, decide on what your goal is for that particular thing, and find images to represent it, and obviously put it on your vision board, make it look pretty, add quotes. Like, people do like a lot of different things regarding their vision board and put it like on the wall somewhere. Now, that is good, but one thing I feel like I've experienced for myself, and maybe other people might have experienced, is that when you're doing it for the entire year, things can seem a bit overwhelming. And for me personally, things change. Like, what I might have wanted at the start of the year might change by the middle of the year. By the end of the year, I might not have that same particular goal. I might not want that new thing. There might be new things that I want, but I'm like, oh, but you know, it's not my vision board, whatever. And then as well, like, I also can have this thing where if I'm seeing it on the board and it's for the whole year, it can either feel overwhelming, or I'm like, oh, okay, so like I have the whole year to achieve it. So yeah, like I don't really need to do anything about it like right now. Like, it's not that deep. I have the entire year. And then before you know it, we're back in December. You're looking at your vision board and you haven't really achieved or manifested many things on there, because it might just sit on your wall. You might not be doing anything proactive to do with your vision board. So we're not doing that this year. Like 2023, we are achieving all of our goals. Anything that you do with this new vision board technique, you are achieving. We're not just going to have a pretty board that stays on our wall, that stays somewhere in our bedroom, that we might look at every now and then and think, oh, it looks nice, and then nothing has been achieved on it. We're not doing that this year. So let's get straight into it. So okay, so I'm bringing out my whiteboard. I don't know, because I've got a new camera set up, like how much of it you guys are going to see, but just so that you guys can kind of visualize what I'm talking about, right? So the first thing, there's different ways you can do this, but the first thing I'm going to suggest is, like the traditional vision board, decide the goals that you do want for that year. So it can be anything that you want. If there's a certain amount of money, a car, relationship stuff, vacations, materialistic things, whatever, do decide on what it is that you want to achieve in your 2023. So yeah, we're going to start off with our main goals for 2023. So the main things that you want to achieve in 2023. Cool. Then what you're going to do is you're then going to decide of those particular goals, break down one of two ways. You first of all can break down by what month of the year you want those particular goals to be achieved by. And this will make sense in a little while. But then take the main goals and decide what month of the year you want to have achieved them by. Like, at what time do you want them? What time do you would, if in your ideal world, when would you want to have achieved that particular goal? Okay, so now we've got this. Now, the main thing about this new way of vision boarding is that instead of seeing your entire year as just a year thing and having those year goals and leaving it as that, with this, we're going to break down our year into quarters. So every 3 months, you are going to set yourself new goals based on, and you can, like I said, you can do this one of two ways, either based on whatever you know, because some people have things that they just genuinely, like, it's not really changed much about what they want to achieve. It's kind of similar. if you have set things, or you are deciding this year that you're gonna have set things, you can either, when you're breaking it up into quarters, so every 3 months, you're gonna set your goals based on what your main goals are, and they're gonna be broken down into smaller bite-sized chunks so that it seems a lot easier. It's gonna be a lot easier for you to manifest those things, and you can actually focus on those particular things. On the other end though, if you are someone that doesn't necessarily have big things that they wanted, not, I don't mean it in that way, like not that you don't have big things you want to do in 2023, but in terms of you don't necessarily know what your goals are. You are someone who can be like me, where like your goals are always changing. You want different things, new things might come up that you might decide you want to go into. Having things broken down into 3-month sections will then allow you to focus on those particular goals that you want now. And when you achieve them or something else comes up, you know, okay, I've got another 3 months now where I can focus on that. So everything's going to be broken down. So once you have decided as well what month you want to achieve those particular things in, you then know, based on your year being broken down into quarters, so every 3 months, in which particular month you are going to, or month before, let's say, or whatever it is, you are then going to be focusing on that particular goal. So let's say, for example, that you want to manifest a car, and you want to have manifested this car by let's say April. Let's say by April you want to have manifested the car. The first 3 months of the year, so January, February, March, your focus is going to be about manifesting that car, so that by April you know that you would have achieved that car, you would have had that car, and you've given yourself that time to focus on it. So look at the goals you have set, look at in which month you want to achieve them, and we're going to take what has highest priority. So if there is anything that you want to achieve by Jan, by Feb, by March, or even by April, these are going to be these are going to be the things that you are going to focus on in the first quarter of the year, and that is it. All the other stuff that you might want to achieve later in the year, you can leave that till later in the year, depending on what the goal is. Now, if it's something like money, for example, so let's say that for the entire year, say you have a business, or say you just want to have savings in general, let's say that you want to save 10K let's say 10K. You could say 100K, but let's just say 10K to keep it simple, yeah? So let's say you want to have 10K for the year. If you want to have 10K for the year, again, we're gonna break that down into the quarters. So that means that by March of 2023, you only need to have saved 2.5K. Now, the reason I think this new way of doing like a vision board or manifesting your goals is so much better is because if you have really big goals, like let's do say you want to manifest 100K by the end of the year, when you break it down into quarters and you realize that that's only 25K that you need to manifest by March, it feels so much more attainable. It feels so much more natural. And because when you are manifesting, it's all about your state of being and things feeling natural for you and what is natural for you, and you making that particular thing natural for you so that you can experience it. 25K is a lot less scarier than thinking, oh my gosh, I need 100K, when you're looking in your account or you've never even seen that kind of money. You've never even seen that kind of money before. 25K seems a lot more attainable if that is your goal than going straight directly just for the 100K. Of course you can do it, but I feel like with this method and breaking down your year into quarters, it's going to make your life so much easier, and it's also going to allow you to be so much more laser focused, so that when you look back, let's say in 6 months time, let's say it is 100K, in 6 months time you would have already saved 50K. You're already halfway there, and you probably will even be in a much better position than what your goal is. But another thing with this as well is because you are breaking down your goals into smaller chunks, you are going to build your confidence in yourself and your confidence in being able to manifest particular things that is going to propel you for much more bigger things. When you realize that you can manifest when you've broken down that particular goal, when you're realizing that because you've been so focused on that particular thing, you've manifested that money that you needed by March. You manifested this particular thing that you sent in this quarter. When you next go into the next quarter of the year, you're going to be so much more confident. Things are going to come to you so much more naturally and easier, and you're going to be able to understand what works for you. Okay, so I don't really know if this board is helping, but anyway, the gist of it is to break your year down into quarters. Decide on what you want to manifest. Every 3 months, you are deciding on what you want to manifest. Now, the vision board side of it, you can, if you are someone that is creative, that loves to have a board, that loves to be able to visualize and see the images of what they want, you can still create a vision board, but now you're doing it for the next 3 months. So whatever you have decided is going to be your goals and the things that you need to achieve in the next 3 months, either because you just want to manifest those things in the next 3 months, or because it is counting towards your overall 2023 goals. You can then go and get, the pictures, the images, the quotes, whatever, and you can put those on a vision board for that particular thing. The way that I'm going to do it, because vision boards are cute and they're fun, actual vision boards are cute and fun, but I like to write things down. I like to go through things and write things down. I'm going to do the same thing with the images, but I'm going to put them into my manifestation journal. It can be any kind of book. You can go out and buy a special book if you want to. But for me, I feel like that's going to be so much better and nicer and much more fulfilling to see, because I'm going to have that book that I'm going to be able to look back through, see what I've been writing down, see how my goals have changed, see the progression. So I'm going to take the images of what I want, that represent what I want, stick them down in my journal, and then you can either whatever technique works for you, whatever technique you want to go with. Another thing about manifesting and with doing this in general, 2023, we're going to be trusting ourselves and trusting our intuition, and also not just jumping from thing to thing. So I'm going to tell you guys what I'm going to do, but you don't have to do this. Any technique that resonates with you will work for you, because the law is all about your feeling and your state of being. It's not that particular technique. It's what works for you. Okay. So anything that you decide to do, you can then do the techniques alongside that, write them down. For me, for example, when I'm having my 3 month goals, I am then going to be every night scripting my days as if I have already achieved those particular things for those 3 months. So let's say, for example, my goal was 100K by the end of the year. My quarter 3 month goal is to have manifested the 25K by March, for example. When it comes to the end of my day and I'm writing a diary entry, I'm going to be scripting not how my day was, not how I necessarily actually experienced my day, but how my day would go and would be, and how would I feel, and what would I be experiencing now that I have achieved the 25K, achieved whatever other goals I have in that particular quarter. That's what I'm going to be doing every single month. That's something that I'm going to be testing out and trying for myself. How you decide to do it is up to you, but the main thing is now that we have the focus for every single quarter of the year, first of all, starting from Jan till March. So I hope this video has helped you guys and given you a new way to look at vision boards, decide how you want to do your vision board, and allow you to be so much more laser focused on your goals and focused on that particular thing, and allow you to just focus on manifesting that particular thing at that particular time, which I think will really help and will also build your confidence and will allow you to see progression throughout the year, and allow you to actually as well be focused on your goals constantly, rather than, like I said, sometimes when you have the board just sitting on your wall or sitting somewhere in your room, it's not very proactive. You're not actively doing anything towards those goals, whether it be physically doing something or feeling the feeling of the wish fulfilled, or living in the end, or whatever, because it's just not as proactive, I think. So yes, I wish you all the best for 2023. I'm excited for every single one of us, and I will see you in the new year.